Welcome to the driver's seat. We're in Alpine, Wyoming, otherwise known as Truck Country. We're here with Chevrolet, where they're launching their all-new 2019 Silverado pickup truck. Now I'm standing in front of a Z71 Trail Boss. This is an all-new model for them, and they really hope to build on the Z71 brand, which is already extremely strong for them. The Trail Boss is available in the custom or the LT trim levels, and as you can see, it has some design cues, but what really makes it stand out are the Rancho monotube shocks. There's a longer, stronger half shaft, and you get a standard 2-inch lift. Chevy understands that owning a pickup truck is all about getting in and out of this bed, utilizing it. Of course, you have the built-in steps into the bumper. You now have a power tailgate, that's right. The bed is 7 inches wider than last year's model and 1.5 inches deeper. Overall, the vehicle is 1.5 inches longer than the 2018 model, but the wheelbase has been extended by 4 inches. So if you look at those front wheels, they've really been moved much closer to the bumper. The 2019 Silverado is going to be available with 4 engine options. We only had 2 to drive today, the 6.2 and the 5.3. Most of our time was spent in the 5.3, and to be honest, that's going to be the high volume engine. There will be a 2.7 liter, believe it or not, turbocharged 4-cylinder engine coming later this year with over 300 horsepower. The engineers drove it, they said it's wonderful. We haven't driven it yet. But this is the bread and butter engine. Let's talk a little bit about the Trail Boss. It looks good. I think it's an important trim level for the Silverado brand because it gives it a sportier feel. You have the Z71, but the extra 2 inches of ground clearance, that's huge for anyone doing off-roading, and we demonstrated that today when you're going over logs or rocks or anything that requires that. It's nice to have it. So I expect to see some of these Trail Bosses off-road, but if you want to take it on-road, which is what we've been doing primarily today, about 300 miles worth, it's very civilized. As you can see, it drives nicely, even with the knobby tires. It's not that loud and has a good look to it. So I think this really kind of gives you the best of both worlds. It's not super aggressive like a Raptor or a Power Wagon, but aggressive enough to handle most of your off-road needs. We didn't do a lot of trailering, but they've made some advancements in that area. So if you are someone that buys a pickup truck to tow, then I think you'll be very pleased with the Silverado. We did pull some heavier loads around, and it did quite nicely. Overall, the interior is a nice kind of evolutionary advancement from the outgoing model. You could see the quality of materials has improved dramatically. 10 years ago, you'd be lucky to have these interiors last 2 or 3 years, and now they've gotten much better, and the seats are extremely comfortable. Both my co-driver and I noticed that Chevy has made a lot of improvements in that area. Cloth seats, leather seats, it doesn't matter. It's the material, and they did a nice job. Look, this is like a first-class seat. That's why people who can afford them buy pickup trucks, and they're not cheap. Starting in the low 30s, but you can easily get over 70 for the High Country, which is their ultra luxury version of the Silverado. But overall, I think they've done a great job. I like the way it drives. I like the suspension. I think they really have a winner on their hands. At the end of the day, I understand pickup truck owners. I have a lot of friends that drive and own pickup trucks, and they really vote on party lines. If you're a Chevy guy, you're probably going to stick to Chevy, and no matter what I say, it's not going to win over a lot of Ford and Ram shoppers. But I think if you're just buying a pickup truck for its utilitarian value and you have an open mind, you should drive them all. I doubt you'll be able to do the kind of testing we did today, but test them as hard as you can, and just identify what you need a pickup truck for, and pick the best one. Well, that's a wrap from Snake River, Wyoming. As you can see, the Silverado is a very impressive pickup truck. We spent the full day towing, hauling, and doing some off-road testing with this new Trail Boss, which is a welcome addition to the Silverado family. I think Chevy has really put out an impressive new truck. It's been a long time coming, about 11 years, but they made it, and now they're certainly the newest and best on the market. I'm Ron Doran. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on The Driver's Seat.